Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the unboxing of the protest sign that we made on Canva, give you an idea of the quality, and then at the end of this video I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts about why these protests and other things are going on and some of the things that you might want to do in order to stand up for democracy. So let's get started. First off, I want to say Canva's packaging quality is excellent. The shape of the box, plus they rewrap it again in a paper, it really protects your poster. And also they're eco-friendly and that you'll see this QR code here. You can scan that to learn more about how they recycle. So Canva is, as far as I'm concerned, top notch. So now you'll see here the ends curve up. So in order to eliminate that problem, it's really simple. I just flipped mine over and used this box. Canva was like had this in mind, covered it with the sheet of paper that comes with the wrapping packaging, and then use the box, flip those little wings over, and then you could just sit it someplace until that flattens out. Another issue that I was having with this poster, because it's kind of a thin poster, I was having a problem holding it up. When I went to go protest, it was very windy, so holding it up, it was very difficult, especially since I have back issues. So I'm going to show you how I solved that problem with these slide grip binding bars. So I bought a package of 10 for something like $6, so they're not expensive. You can get them in a Home Depot or a department store. They're not hard to find. I bought these online. So what I'm going to do with these is you see they're not really long to cover the whole thing. So I'm using four of them. I'm going to put two on each side. So the first thing I did was I just, opened up the end of one, really wide so that I can fit the second one inside that end and make sure that you have the slit aligned right. But once you get that in there, and it's not that hard to do, I have arthritis and I still was able to do it. So most people would be able to do that. And once you get them in, it's okay if they're a little long because having that little extra at the end gives you something to hold, as you'll see later. So also I use the scotch tape, regular scotch tape to secure that in there because again, if the wind blows, it'll just take it out of the little binders on the side. You can use a better, stronger tape than the one that I'm using here, but the important thing is to just make sure you secure those plastic binders on the side, on both sides I would, just to make sure it doesn't, fly away on you. So you see here, I can hold it up on the bars and keep it nice and straight, or I can even hold it on the bottom bars so that I can lift it up very high, which is very important because you want your message to be seen. So, in addition to all this, I just want to say that you can also reuse these posters. So, it's good to know that you can also use that very same box to package it so that if you want to keep it safe, that you could do that. And you can do that with the added bars, that little extra couple of inches that I have here on the end, and that it still fits into the box. So, keep that in mind also. It's also good to know that you can use this because the label comes off easy to send it to somebody who might be able to use it also. I'm not able to go to the next event that's coming up when it comes to protesting in Washington. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to repackage this poster and maybe another one that's more befitting of the veterans issue and send that off to somebody. So, like I said, Canva's packaging is excellent and it made it very easy so that if you want to resend it to somebody else, that's a very possible thing to do. So, as I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to briefly go over, from my opinions, what it is that is going on as far as the protest and, maybe some things that you might want to do if you're not able to protest or in addition to protesting. So, to start off, there, a lot of red flags when it comes to this presidency. And I think that if Trump has any intelligence at all, he would expect people to push back because he's being immensely aggressive. So he's being very aggressive when it comes to immigration policies and serious human rights concerns. He's weakening the environment rules and he has less help for disasters. He's actually making cuts to FEMA as well as DEI, and he still has that dangerous drill baby drill mentality. So I think that with everything going on, we have a tendency to forget that we were already in an environmental crisis, but he is doing a lot when it comes to being aggressive with the firings and everything like that, and making mistakes and not owning up to them. So, I mean, and the tariffs, I mean, we can go on, and this video is not going to be that long. So, I'm just saying there are some really serious issues of why people are protesting, and that's why you see them protesting for so many different things. And It's not because they're crazy. It's because this presidency is absolutely blowing everybody away with how aggressive he's being. And I think that, I don't like to give Trump a whole lot of credit, but I think he's intelligent enough to know why people are protesting. So, what people are doing is we are staying active and organized through peaceful protest. In doing so, we don't let things go under the radar and, and possibly lose our voice altogether. So, I think it's important that we're, being loud and aggressive in the peaceful protest. We're also signing petitions and we're attending town halls and voting in every election, especially the local ones, because that makes a big difference also. Another thing that people are doing is they're fighting disinformation with the truth. I use ChatGPT to fact check everything, and I invite everybody to do the same. You also can write to your senators, and when you write to them, you just let them know who you are and what you want them to do and explain why it matters. So these are some ways that you can fight back if you're not able to go out there and protest, or you should be doing in addition to protest if you want to be as aggressive as this presidency is being. So thank you for watching and take care and stay safe.